Last year, I ran my first marathon. All the training gave me a lot of time to think about many things, including what I got myself into. Distance running is an epic journey that pushes your limits. But as long as you show up, stay in the moment, and breathe, you get through the difficult parts. The same goes for the other marathon I've been running for the last 20 years. Early on, we set an ambitious goal: to design Area 17 for our 30-year retrospective. Basically, we were challenging ourselves to run the distance, to go beyond the immediate, and look to long-term impact. To do work that after 30 years would be worthy of a retrospective. Now, as we enter the home stretch, our third decade, we wanted to tell our story. At first, I didn't know if anybody would care, but I learned early in my career to tell the stories that scare you most. And this is that story. Like most people in the early days, my path to the web was unconventional. I started as an actor, got my degree in stage directing, opened a theater company, then I decided to open up a restaurant, and then I produced a couple of films. Throughout all of my endeavors, technology was a constant. I got my first computer in 1982, and by the mid-90s, I was making websites to make ends meet. Web design was in its infancy, and it wasn't pretty. But it wasn't about what it was, but rather what it had the potential to become. You see, back then, optimism was high. The Berlin Wall fell, the Cold War ended, Israel and Palestine committed to peace, and social movements gained momentum. As the internet emerged, promoting transparency and democratic values, the world's problems seemed solvable, and I was all in. I felt like our work was vital. But then, as the dot-com bubble started to grow, I became disillusioned. I was working for big digital agencies, for big corporations, with no motivation beyond the paycheck. The internet had let me down. So, I traveled to the Middle East to make a documentary about Palestinian and Israeli fishermen in the Gaza Strip. The world didn't end with the Y2K bug, but everything did change. The dot-com bubble burst, peace in the Middle East unraveled, terrorists attacked New York City, and George W. Bush created 2 wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. It was the fall of 2001, and my film career was on the up and up. My documentary was set to premiere, and I had just wrapped production on my first feature film. Then 9/11 happened. My premiere was canceled, and my film was shelved. With my film plans on hold, I turned my attention back to the web. I was broke and somewhat desperate. Meanwhile, in another corner of the world, in the French port city of Marseille, was a bright light. A designer named Arno Mercier. His work was beautiful, optimistic, and full of humanity. Arno's path to the web was also unconventional. He got his degree in computer science, he started as a film editor, he transitioned to animation, and then he taught himself graphic design. In 1999, he founded Elixir Studio and went on to create some of the most iconic works of the time. Arno too was disillusioned with web design, but he was committed to improving it. He created the Pixel School, a design process pioneering the use of grids, typography, and vector-based drawing for a sharp aesthetic on the web. His mastery of the medium, his rich storytelling, and his meticulous attention to details made him stand out. Yeah, I was a fan. I met Arno through a mutual friend, and eventually we started collaborating. At first I was surprised he wanted to, but we clicked. Arno was soft-spoken, and he struggled to express his ideas verbally, whereas I struggled to express mine visually. I guess he was the hands I needed, and I was the voice he desired. Over that year, we became friends, and our relationship reignited my passion for the web. I was re-inspired about the internet's potential to connect people and transform the way we interact. I wanted to be a part of it. At the same time, I had been on an artistic path for most of my career, and nothing scared me more than to leave it. Then the gods started to taunt me. 2 years after the completion of my film, it won Best Documentary in several film festivals, was programmed for television, and was released theatrically in New York City. I thought, maybe I can do both.